YouTube? This is Steve from Average Joe's Fantasy Football, and we've got your early redraft wide receiver rankings for the upcoming 2023 season. If you guys haven't already, make sure you check out our running back and quarterback, and of course, we'll be having tight end. And then the whole NFL Combine is going on this week, so we're going to have a lot of content covering quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends, a lot of great options that are going to help you guys with your fantasy teams, whether it be Dynasty or Redraft. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we are going to be putting out a lot of Dynasty content over the summer to, again, get you guys ready for a lot of those either startup leagues, drafting, all that fun stuff. So let's get started into this. Look, one of the first things I want to talk about is where these guys are ranked. First guy I have is going to be Justin Jefferson. Look, he finished first last year. I don't see that changing. There's no reason to put him anywhere else but the first spot. His focal point, he is the focal point in this offense. Him and Kirk Cousins have a great rapport. And I believe the offense is only going to start leaning more and more on the pass. I do expect them to figure out some of the other wide receiver options. Adam Thielen obviously is somebody who's up there in age. Not sure what's going to happen with him. Dalvin Cook is starting to get a little bit older. But with that said, Justin Jefferson is the guy for them. I don't see any changes. You could tell me otherwise. There might be some other guys you might want to talk about, but I think Justin Jefferson is just an elite talent. He is the best one at the number one spot. Number two, I've got Cooper Kupp finishing at number 2 in this ranking. Look, he missed 7 games last year and still finished 10th in fantasy points last year. 10th, and he missed 7 games. How ridiculous is that? Him and Stafford have such a great rapport. Now, as long as Stafford does stay, there's a lot of cap issues that are concerning with the Rams. That there's a little rumbling going on with what's going to happen with Stafford. Obviously, it's restructured contract most likely. But you're starting to see it on the defensive side. Bobby Wagner's leaving. Rumors of trading Jalen Ramsey. There's a lot going on with this cap. Does concern me a little bit. But I still like Cooper Kupp at number 2 if he does come back healthy. And, of course, Stafford is the guy for him. Number 3, I've got Stefon Diggs. He finished 3rd last year, and I like him in the spot. I don't necessarily want to see him change just because I think this offense is in the rapport that he has with Josh Allen is so close. This is, again, he's definitely a top-tier talent. There's a lot of frustrations that happened at the end of the season for the Buffalo Bills that obviously had people concerning, kind of like what he did for the Minnesota Vikings where he ended up leaving. I don't see that happening. He loves Josh Allen. They've got such a great connection. This team is really good. They have some things they've got to fix, but I do see some other things that will help Stefon stay in the 3rd spot. I see Buffalo going after a really good wide receiver too. Gabe Davis was not the answer. I do see them grabbing somebody that's going to really help alleviate some of that coverage that's really doubling Stefon and helping him out. So I like him at number 3. Number 4, I've got Tyreek Hill. He finished 2nd last year in fantasy, and there's going to be a lot of people who are going to probably hate me in the comments for putting him at number 4. Here's my reasoning. You can obviously put your comments in there, but the offense is good. Tua played really well. Obviously, there were a lot of concerns with his concussions. We're hoping he's back healthy and nothing else ever happens again for him. So I do like that Tua is going to be back. That's only going to help Tyreek Hill. You still have Jalen Waddle on the outside, who also helps, obviously, Tyreek Hill. But where I see the Dolphins changing is I see them going after a really good running back, whether it be trade, draft, whatever it might be, to really help solidify that run game. And I do see them using a run game a little bit more to help take some of that pressure off of Tua, less dropbacks, again, keep him healthy, keep him playing the whole season. So that's the only reason I have Tyreek just changing just a little bit. Number 5, I've got A.J. Brown. Look, A.J. Brown finished 6th. CeeDee Lamb finished 5th. I have them kind of flipped around. I like where A.J. Brown is at right now, especially with Jalen Hurts. And again, he's got a really good receiver on the outside opposite of him and Devontae Smith, which really helps allow where there's not double coverage going on to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown had some quiet games where Devontae Smith blew up. There were games that Devontae Smith had quiet games and A.J. blew up. I like where A.J. Brown is in this 5th ranking spot. He's definitely a top 10 receiver. And again, I have Lamb just a bit behind him. And a lot has to do with the unfortunate aspect is there's no other options really besides Lamb at the moment for the Dallas Cowboys. There's obviously possibilities of an added receiver. Gallup really didn't play well after his injury. He still was coming back for that, and hopefully he does come back from that. But there wasn't a lot of options, right? Dalton Schultz, who knows? He could be a free agent. I don't see them tagging him because obviously Pollard most likely will be tagged. So with the lack of weapons for the Cowboys, Dak was pressing a lot towards CeeDee Lamb, and I don't see them allowing that happening again. I do see Lamb finishing top 6. I still think him at this spot. but that's the reason why I have him a little bit, lower than where he finished. Now, number 7, I got Davante Adams. Now, Davante Adams is a top-tier talent. My biggest concern is obviously the quarterback questioning. Look, let's be honest. Derek Carr leaving does hinder and hurt Adams a lot. I don't see Aaron Rodgers going to the Raiders. I just don't see it happening. It's possible, maybe. But with Adams in this whole quarterback questioning, maybe they go after Stroud. Maybe they go after Bryce Young and they trade to get up. But I do think this is going to be a weird situation we've got to monitor. What I do like about Davante Adams is that you are going to get a healthy Renfro and a healthy Waller, who only going to help him out because really he's the only one and he still was phenomenal last year. So I still like Davante Adams at number 7. Number 8, I got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra is someone I really want to put so much higher. I love his talent. He is, to me, the Larry Fitzgerald of this new younger generation. Larry Fitzgerald was a phenomenal receiver, a Hall of Fame talent who just put up numbers, but quietly. Nobody talked about him as a top tier like a Randy Moss or a T.O. He was just the most consistent wide receiver, one of my favorites of all time. And I love what Amon-Ra is doing in this Lions offense. And I honestly think the Lions are going to go even stronger going after some wide receiver help to help Amon-Ra. And, of course, Jared Goff and this offense perform even better. There's a lot of great high hopes and bright future for the Detroit Lions. So I like him at number 8. Number 9, I got Jamar Chase, and a lot of people are going to obviously kill me for this. He's finishing top 10. He was injured last year, which obviously held him from finishing in the top 10. I have him at 9. A lot of it is obviously there's the Higgins situation. Where is he going to stay? Is he going to go? You've got Boyd still. So there's a lot of great weapons for Joe Burrow. So I do think that because there's so many great weapons for the Cincinnati Bengals, it's not all going to go to Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is going to have those phenomenal games. There's going to be a game he might have 3 or 4 catches, right? Because he doesn't need to have a million catches and a million targets thrown his way. That's the only reason I have Jamar Chase a little bit lower. Now, if you're talking dynasty, Jamar Chase is up there at number 2, right? And obviously, I haven't dropped my dynasty rankings yet. But as far as a redraft, again, I have him at number 9. Of course, he's probably going to make me look like a fool this year. He's probably going to finish top 3 or something, and that's fine. These are early rankings. Anything can change with the draft and obviously the offseason signings. Number 10, I got Devonta Smith. Look, he finished 9th last year. I finished him at 10 just because, again, Jamar Chase is back, Cooper Kupp's back. Having A.J. Brown on the opposite side of Devonta Smith only helps add his value and continue to keep this going. Again, Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback right now. He's been playing phenomenal and growing, and I think he's only going to get better. So I do like Devonta Smith. I do see the passing game becoming a little bit of a bigger priority for this offense. They don't necessarily have to because of what obviously Hurts can do on the ground. The running game, we'll see what happens with Sanders. But I like Devonta Smith finishing at number 10. Now, some honorable mentions. You could put DK Metcalf. You could put Michael Pittman. I like Michael Pittman if you get a good quarterback for him. I love Garrett Wilson. Again, if we're talking dynasty, this whole list is going to change. But I love Garrett Wilson. I love what he did. And again, give him a quarterback, and he would be phenomenal. And then Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper doesn't get enough love, I think, because of the Browns situation being there, but he still did a phenomenal job. And that was even with, obviously, Brissett playing and then obviously Deshaun Watson coming in. And I think now having a full offseason with Deshaun Watson is only going to help Amari Cooper, and he could even sneak into the top 10, but I have him a little bit at the 14th spot. So those are my early rankings for the redraft. He had wide receiver. These are my top 10 that I have right now. Again, make sure you guys are staying tuned. If you guys are in Dynasty, make sure you guys are subscribed for sure because we're going to be dropping a lot of rookie content. We're going to talk about the combine results, who I think stock has gone up and down. We'll talk about trading, who you should buy and sell. And then, of course, we're going to be talking, obviously, some early drafting for the rookies. So, again, make sure you guys are stay tuned to that. If you guys did enjoy the content, make sure you hit that like button. It's greatly appreciated. Again, if you guys are new, hit the subscribe button, and I'll check you guys out next time.